On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 5.
Hey, go Lion. Go. Whoa.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Herbert off of play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed him to convert on 4th and long. Here's Herbert. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
To the air again, Herbert. That escapes the sack. Steps away to his left. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it to Herbert. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a toss left for Achane. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Now the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run, Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To the air goes Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A.J. Brown with career touchdown number 70. And the Texans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's airing it out for Williams. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 33 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
Touchdown, Houston.
Devon Achane with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Another extra point opportunity here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert now. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 66 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now it's Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Make it 2 weeks in a row now. He's kind of been Johnny on the spot. A fumble recovered last week, and now 2 in a row.
Reminds me a little bit of an old teammate of mine. We used to call him the Vulture because he would swoop in and clean up after the play was made. But, boy, we said it with a lot of affection because he made a lot of game-changing plays by getting to the football that had been knocked loose.
What was your nickname, by the way?
Can you go get me some water, guy, please? The rest of us are playing.
Right. Too humble.
Now Daniels. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
To throw is Daniels. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball secure.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And this one complete to Smith. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And this is caught, that they say, out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
Golden troops right. Hey, Ray. 21.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Daniels looking to throw.
Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Back to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. comes the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Herbert going to change the play here.
Hey, ram.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
The 20. 5. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Now, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. He's airing it out for Williams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Herbert. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
21. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Herbert, third and goal. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. The final shot before the break for Herbert. On Herbert, his third interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down
on what will be the final play of this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go. Trap 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
Got a man. It's Brown. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Brown's territory now at the 41.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Back to throw. Daniels flushed out right. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Devon Achane
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 70 yards.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
19 tight.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. To the air goes Daniels. That is caught. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, It's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Off the play fake, Daniels. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Fighting through at the 25.
There he goes again.
Touchdown, Houston.
Devon Achane, 38 yards. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
Set, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Street. Go.
Again, it's Achane.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston.
Devon Achane.
47 yards.
And the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
59, 59.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devon Achane. 65 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's Herbert. He's going to let it go again. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 64 yards.
Hey, count. 80. Get out. Hold the troops right. Go.
Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Justin Herbert, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now Daniels. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Ready? Warrior 70. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60. Check. 18 Pioneer.
They're going to try and throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th.
Running right, here's Achane.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw is Daniels.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to air one out.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this one complete to Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now it's Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Go, Lion. Go. 12. 5-9.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running left, Achane. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devon Achane, 38 yards. And the Texans have taken a 5-touchdown lead. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss.
It got his man complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Let's go.
A give left side. Here's Achane. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A give, running right, Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. On the handoff, it's Achane. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Let's go now.
And they'll give this to Achane. And a short gain here, down to the 22. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Riggs, 79 Bronco. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Throwing now is Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready? Hey, check that.
Here's Achane.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Achane, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try and run it with Achane.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. 3 straight runs now, and that defense is held.
Yeah, we often talk about how the low man wins, right? Who wins leverage at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just that leverage. It's leverage with power. Who takes the line of scrimmage and moves it one way or the other? Right now, I can imagine the defense yelling at the offense, hey, guys, if I were you, I'd kick it. You're not getting in.
On 4th down, here's Daniels.
He's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert going to change the look.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
3rd and 19.
Let's go, let's go. Set.
One last throw here for Herbert. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.
And as this defense